LoreWarrior Online Double Feature, BHKU-O Blackhawk KU. Overview. In the aftermath of the battle for Luthien, Draconis Combine troops salvaged several damaged clan Omnimechs. Prominent Kuritan scientists and manufacturers had already begun a crash Omnimech development program using the spoils of their victory over Clan Smoke Jaguar on the planet of Walcott. But they'd been unable to replicate any of the captured mechs because of the Omnimech's ferrofibrous armour and endosteel skeletons being beyond their technological grasp. The spoils of Luthien, however, provided numerous examples of the Black Hawk, a clan Omnimech that used standard materials for its internal structure and armour. Engineers at Luthien Armour Works swiftly realised that they could copy this machine and immediately began converting their primary factory to produce the Black Hawk KU. The new mech matched the clan Black Hawk in manoeuvrability, weapons load and protection. Because Innisphere weapons are heavier than their clan counterparts, the designers had to upgrade the engine and internal skeleton, adding an extra 20% to the mech's overall weight. Capabilities. Like most heavy mechs, the Black Hawk KU is slower than lighter machines and has less impressive firepower than assault mechs. However, the use of Omnimech technology and a solid understanding of its advantages make this mech a flexible and deadly machine. Currently, DCMS troops are testing weapon configurations like those of the clan Black Hawk. In its primary configuration, the Black Hawk KU will mount a total of 4 pulse lasers and 6 standard lasers in arm pods, plus 2 smaller lasers in armoured blisters on either side of the cockpit. Unlike the clan configuration, however, the DCMS version can fire all of its lasers at once without risking an immediate heat shutdown. The Alpha variant is equipped with dual ERPPCs and twin AMS systems. These allow the mech to survive massed long-range missile fire long enough to silence the missile launcher with accurate PPC fire. While heat build-up can pose problems, the mech can sustain fire for more than a minute before excessive heat shuts it down. The Beta variant also carries long-range weapons, a large pulse laser and an ultra-autocannon. Weight considerations make it impossible to match the clan variant, whose Beta variant adds 2 machine guns and an improved small laser, but these short-range weapons do not add appreciably to the mech's offensive firepower. The only variant to suffer from the weight restrictions is the Charlie variant. This mech carries a Gauss rifle as lethal as its clan cousin, however its medium lasers do not make up for the loss of the clan version's SRM-4 and improved small pulse laser. The remaining version, the Delta variant, carries an improved long-range laser and missile LRM rack, whose destructive power matches the clan LBX autocannon and LRM array. Deployment. The Black Hawk KU has recently been deployed to the Legion of Vega for operational testing. Additional reports indicate that Luthien Armour Works is cross-licensing the design to Coventry Metalworks in the Lyran Alliance as part of a technology exchange agreement. TRO 3058 Upgrade Variant BHKU-O Black Hawk KU. Overview. In the aftermath of the battle for Luthien, Draconis Combine troops salvaged several damaged clan Omnimechs and began a crash program to develop Omnimechs for the DCMS. Direct replication of the clan designs wasn't possible due to technical differences, and many of the Innisphere Omnimechs were modifications of existing designs or wholly new models designed to employ the technologies. Luthien Armour Works realised that the Black Hawk design could be replicated to a considerable degree with extant technologies, including many available off-the-shelf. The resulting design, though 10 tons heavier than its clan sibling, a necessary modification to support the heavier engine and chassis, has a comparable performance profile. Capabilities. Relatively swift and agile for its size, the Black Hawk KU is a flexible and deadly weapons platform, able to employ its various loadouts to deadly effect. Like most Omnimechs, the Black Hawk KU supports a variety of standard configurations, but the pod technology allows pilots and commanders to tailor the configuration according to mission needs and personal preference. Some loadouts, like the primary, ape the clan original, but others play to the strengths and weaknesses of the Innisphere weapon systems. In some regards, the DCMS version of the Black Hawk is superior to that of the clan. The use of standard rather than advanced weapons in many configurations reduces heat management issues, albeit at the expense of range or hitting power, and so the Black Hawk KU is less prone to heat-triggered shutdown after alpha striking. Although they vary in the exact components used, each employing locally sourced equipment, the LAW and CMW variants, or Luthian Armor Works and Coventry Metalworks variants of the Black Hawk, are functionally identical. Independent analysis of the designs in What Mech magazine favours the Steiner variant, however, citing superior manufacturing processes and tighter quality control. Deployment. Initially deployed with the Legion of Vega for field testing, a number of Black Hawk KUs saw action against Clan Smoke Jaguar, where they swiftly proved their resilience against their smaller but more advanced cousins. The KU went on to serve with distinction in the Ghost Bear incursion and against the Federated Suns. These conflicts have allowed several examples of the design to fall into enemy hands. The Ghost Bears employ the variants they captured, now equipped with clan weapon pods in a second-line cluster, while the handful in use by the AFFS are in the Brigade of Guards. In stark contrast to the limited numbers employed by the AFFS, the LAAF maintains a significant contingent in these mechs thanks to a licensing agreement between Luthian Armor Works and Coventry Metalworks, concluded at the first Star League conference after protracted negotiation. Prior to the Fedcom Civil War, only units within the Lyran State Command received the design, and though production was hampered by this conflict, a significant number of the licensed models entered service. Notable mech warriors. Chui John Kikuchi. The pilot of the first Black Hawk KU to see action, Chui Kikuchi led the Dark Sword against Heine in the bird dog raids that preceded Operation Bulldog. An officer in Ryuken Yon, Kikuchi and his mech stand as paragons of the flexible operations paradigm favoured by the Ryuken. Right, so the copycat killer, the Black Hawk KU. So going through the stats here: mass 60 tons, standard chassis, power plant 300XL, cruiser 54, max speed of 86 with 5 jump jets for 150 meters jump capacity. Has standard armor with 17 tons of pod space available, manufactured by Luthian Armor Works on Luthian. Communications and targeting tracking in the original book are unknown. However, in the later TRO, we have a chassis built on the Alshane 52 Endo steel with a Vlar 300XL. It has the same cruising and maximum speed there for jumping is by Icarus standard jump jets. Its armor is the Mitchell Argon standard. Same pod space, manufactured by Luthian, Omnimech production facility and Coventry Metalworks, primary factories being Luthian and Coventry respectively. The communication system is the Cypher ComSys 4B, and targeting and tracking is provided by the Matabushi Sentinel Plus. So yeah, it's a mech that walks 5, runs 8, jumps 5. It has 14 double heat sinks for 28 heat sinking overall. It has 9 armor value on the head, 30 on the CT with 9 on the rear, 20 on both left and right torso with 8 on the rear, and 20 on the arms and 28 on the legs respectively. Overall, pretty decent 60-tonner. Obviously visually looks a lot like the original Black Hawk, a bit chunkier, a bit more low-tech in the design. I like the way that they went with something that was close to, but not, distinct enough that you can tell the difference. And as it says with the original configurations, you've got 2 medium pulse lasers in the right arm on the primary, 3 medium lasers also in the right arm, a small in the right torso, another 2, basically it's mirrored across the mech there. The A configuration is an ERPPC in the right arm, and another ERPPC in the left arm, with twin AMS systems, with about 12 rounds of firing in each. They're mounted in the torsos. B configuration is an Ultra 5 and a large pulse laser. The C configuration is a Gauss rifle with a single medium laser. The D configuration is an ER large in the right arm with an LRM-20 in the left arm with 12 rounds of fire. And then they have the E configuration, which is 6 ER medium lasers in the right arm and 6 ER medium lasers in the left arm with a load of extra double heat sinks to keep it all nice and cool. Don't mind it, personally. Black Hawk KU, decent mech. Yeah, it does the job. It's definitely a scary mech, just like the standard clan version. The Innosphere Heavy one makes perfect sense. I like the storyline idea behind the machine being built from basically captured parts. Making your own version of it makes complete sense. I like the fact that the Innisphere engineers looked at it and went, well, if it's got all those guns, we may as well find a way to get it to fire them all, even if it does come at the expense of, you know, potential damage or range. So, yeah, it's interesting. You have the two dynamics where you've got the higher damage, better range version of the Clan original, and then you've got the ability to, once it gets within range, if it can survive the attacks, you know, it can start punching through armor, start melting components off, with basically the ability to move and fire most of, if not all of, its weapons. Pretty decent. I like it. It's not bad. Visually, it comes down to what you prefer, whether you like the art of the original or the art of the new one. I think they both look fine. So, yeah, Black Hawk KU. Another double feature there for everybody, with more to come. Yeah, have a good one, everybody. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.